are so back. It's the Ski and Bongo Show. We are so back. It's the Ski and Bongo Show. We are so back. It's the Ski and Bongo Show. We are so back. It's the Ski and Bongo Show. We are so back. It's so back. It's the Ski and Bongo Show. We are so back. It's so back. It's the Ski and Bongo Show. We are so back. It's so back.
GM, and welcome to another Ski and Bongo show. And Merry Christmas ahead of time. We have Bitcoin at 88,600, Ethereum close to 3K, Solana at 126, and Hyperliquid it's sitting at what? 24 and
Hyperliquid
58.
at $3.
Hyperliquid to 3. Skillet, how are you?
Well, for once, like, I think we've all gotten so used to the price being so low now that we can be happy again somehow, you know? Like, you spend enough time at a new anchor point and like you can kind of get more okay with it. So here we are, still under 90,000, but our goal, guys, today is to leave the stream at least at the price we started the stream at. So 88,400, we'll go with 88,400. Let's hope we close this stream off above that. What do you think? Sound like
Let me just say that I think we're gonna hit at least 95 while we're doing the show. Okay.
Oh, that's a big
Okay.
a big ask.
Yeah, that's exactly what you say before before a massive red candle.
That's right. Although to your point, I do feel like we've gone so low for so many kind of days and weeks that even if bears are right and we're going into a bear market or whatever, there is going to be a day that's like a mega short squeeze day. Like we're going to have like an 8K, 10K type of candle in Bitcoin, I think. And it's going to kind of catch everybody off guard. Now, whether or not that results in like we end up going further down, that's to be seen. But this like idea of an explosive catch-up attempt is still there. It's still packed in there waiting. So yeah, we'll see.
I just checked, and since the top, we've been going down for 11 weeks. So since we hit like 126, it's been 11 weeks. That was October 6th. Man, I don't know if my math is correct, but I think that's 11 week. And Vive, they feel way better today that they were feeling like on Monday. Like people are optimistic now. Everyone kind of like gave up on this idea that we're gonna go higher anytime soon. Everyone like it's expecting things to go bad, and the trenches are even calling for like a holiday runner. People want something, and maybe a little bit of action.
Do you remember Grussie? The meme Grussie?
No,
it's the funniest gross meme ever. It stands for Grinch pussy. it's so bad. It's like this. It's like a fleshlight, but it's a Grinch fleshlight. It's the most ridiculous meme ever. It's been around a couple of years now, I think. every time Christmas comes around, my one buddy sends me, hey, he sends me like the CA of it, and he's like, hey, should we be buying this year?
Dude, we definitely should. Maybe that's what we need. We need a comeback from something stupid like that.
I don't know.
I'm trying to find that it's all like
it
greasy.
Doesn't matter. Greasy.
I just want to see it myself. It's just for educational purposes. Anyways, how's the market, Skigot? What are you looking at? Are you making any plays out there? Are you already like Christmas mode? How's the diet going?
Diet's going great. Where's my, hold on, get the charts up here. Diet's been going really well. I'm really so in almost 4 months into 1 meal a day. I've probably had 4 days total, 5 days maybe, where I botched it completely. But the one adjustment I've made is I do eat a breakfast now on Saturdays, because we go out to this coffee shop. They have really good breakfast foods, and I kind of just like, I just like it. There it is, the Crusty. Two sizes too small. I mean, come on, man. That's the most
Oh,
ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
bring
Um,
it back.
yeah. So I've been running and hiking and working out. And so health wise, I feel good. And for me personally, everything builds off of health. If I'm doing well there, I generally am doing better in life. So uh, you, on the other hand, you're getting fatter and shorter, and you're married now, so like it's gonna go even worse for you. Eventually, I will probably weigh less than you, which is weird to think about because you're half the size.
I do stretch out my back, um, my whole
Mhm.
thing, so I can like be a little taller. I try to do that on a daily, weekly basis. But yeah, I'm Christmas mode at the moment. Like I'm not concerned about my diet. Still working out. I look good at the moment. Not too heavy. Doing well. So just gonna have fun for the next 2 weeks, and then dial back in next year. It's time to have fun.
Yeah, we haven't seen as many bongo cooking posts. You're not cooking in life, and you're not cooking in the markets. But I have to say, Christmas is the best holiday. I love Christmas. It's the one tradition that like I just wish it was all year. I love the little things like the Christmas lights around the neighborhood. Like we have this thing in San Diego that's really cool, where you know what like a botanical garden is, like a public botanical garden. They have all these different, whatever. They do one here that they decorate it in insane fashion, um, for Christmas, and then you go, you get a glass of wine, you bring your kids, and you walk through this thing for a mile. It's awesome.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing one of those in a few days here. Yeah, holidays are awesome. Christmas is the best one. We can agree on that. Let's move into some charts. Let's see what you got here. What is this beautiful thing? We might need to get rid of the Christmas holiday bullshit for a moment.
Yeah. So I'll do this a little bit. All right. When I see this chart, I'm just like, yeah, hell yeah, let's fucking go. So we had it's gone now because it depends on how the week closes, but there was a red weekly bubble here the other day, which is usually a good sign for like a bottom. Disregard the bubbles for now, though. In general, by the way, this indicator was one that my buddy Mamba made in the 6ix9ine channel. It's pretty good. Like it's something we use in crypto a lot for like flipping bullish, bearish, trending, whatever. Anywho, I look at this spot and I can't help but just be like, all right, we got to go higher. At least we got to get back to this kind of area up here and give it a retest, right? That shoulder move that everybody wants to see. Do we get back into a bullish structure, or do we reject a move higher? So to me, you look at the MACD, the RSI, all these bullshit things that chart people look at. It all looks to me like um, we go higher, especially timing wise. If you think about, hey, the Bears have their chance to punish us during the holidays right now. Like this is your chance, because I think as we get into quarter 1 and the tax loss harvesting and all that, and the data's been okay. Like I think everybody's going to start putting risk on the table again across the board. So, to me, I'm like, all right, the Bears have another what 10, 12 days left to attack the shit out of Bitcoin. Otherwise, I'm leaning base case towards going back towards 100K. What do you think about that chart?
I
No, you son of a bitch, bear.
Yeah,
You've changed, man.
I don't dislike it. I think it goes lower. I think we're gonna go lower, but I do think we're due a little like rally back and like a little retest. I think yeah, we've been waiting for that. I think before we take that level, like that 77 level, before we break that to the downside, I do think we retest like 100 again, and then we can properly go down into Q1, which is what I'm thinking here.
So basically, we're gonna play this box then, right? We're gonna say
Right.
we're gonna kind of go like that, right? Like this,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, this is the bull and bear fight, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
That seems reasonable. Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you're leaning towards the bullseye. I'm leaning towards the bear.
Yeah, I just, for my family, for my future, that's where I'm leaning.
um. Yeah. I just rather like focus on the worst case scenario and be surprised by good news and like positive price option than to sit here and expect things to turn around.
Yeah, I don't like that mindset. Sorry, I don't want your bullshit. I'm gonna say we go higher. And what do you think about this chart? Now
I think
that is something.
that's playing out exactly how I was expecting it to go, and I think it can even go a little lower.
Oh, here we go.
Look, I love it. I am one of the few people that appreciate what Sailor is doing right now, which is not giving a fuck about the people holding the stock and prioritizing the people holding Bitcoin. He's selling strategy and buying Bitcoin, which is awesome. We should all be happy with him. All of us that don't hold any strategy. He's just buying our Bitcoin.
He is buying. Averaged it out. He's been buying over 600 Bitcoin a day for the entire year, and
Jeez.
they mine for you can only mine 450 Bitcoin a day. One person, one entity. Well, of course it's the stock or whatever, but like one entity has, has bought the entire supply the entire year, and another 50% of that, which is
Yeah.
just crazy. Like if you think about that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, do you think they can buy the same amount like walking into 2026, or
Not if we go higher.
not if we go
This,
higher? I mean,
yeah,
not
it's
if we
gonna be
go
harder for
lower,
them
I
to.
guess.
Well, if you go lower, I don't know. I mean, if we, well, I guess if we were to stay around here, like if we were to bounce around, then I think maybe. Uh, the guy somehow, well, he can't tap the ATM, I guess, under 1x MNAV, right? So if you can't do that, and then not many people are buying the credit products, then yeah, he legit can't. Um, But if they trade above an MNAV and Bitcoin just kind of ranges between 80 and 100K or whatever, maybe he could keep buying a lot. I don't know. But yeah,
Mm,
it seems tough. It seems tough because he's bought a lot of Bitcoin this year.
no,
I heard that he has bought more Bitcoin this year than any year, which is pretty crazy.
that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, we that high happened during this year, right? Like that peak got
Yeah.
up right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds to me another confirmation of like, you know, the top is in, and we're due a bear market here. Because like he is the biggest buyer. He bought more than ever before, and it's not likely he's gonna be able to buy at the same pace going into 2026 unless those new financial products they have like start really catching up and doing well. But like how many times um what's the other product, the one that has to hit 100 for them to sell it and buy
Stretch.
more? Stretch. How many times has it hit 100? Like three times, two times maybe? That's how many times they've been able to dilute it to buy more?
Remote. There were probably 8 to 10 days that it hit that at some point, but not much. Yeah.
Okay.
A couple of weeks where they were able to do it. But yeah, I mean, to your point, the Bitcoin needs to do pretty well um, for all of those products to just continually be getting bought, right? So We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I am a big believer in the age of digital credit. I think we move towards that. I think it has a majestic run. Uh, is what it is. We'll know within like probably 6 or 8 months. We'll know how it's doing, whether it's quote unquote successful or not. So
I mean, by that time, the bear market is gonna be over. That's gonna be the bottom. 8 months from now.
mm,
That's the typical duration of a bear market after like a
mhm.
post-halving year, midterm election year, after we peak a top. That's usually how much it lasts. If you're following like cycle theory.
What do you think about the OGs having or not having as much sell pressure around 100K plus anymore? Do you think that they're waiting there to keep unloading? And they're just like, well, I'm not going to, like, I sold some. Now we're at 80. I'll wait. If it gets back to 110, I'll unload more. Or do you think they'll sidestep it a little bit?
I mean, I think if you were an OG and you saw the and you were living through that period, right, where we were above 100K, you have the ETF, you have the DATs, you either sell there or you're not planning on selling,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, why, if, like, I don't think, like, you had the opportunity to sell as much Bitcoin as you wanted above 100K, and if you didn't took the opportunity for like multiple months, like, we spent a lot of time above 100K, and there was a lot of sell pressure, a lot of OG sellings. Like, if there's anyone left, there shouldn't be that many people or that much Bitcoin from then that they want to sell again above like 100K. That will be my guess.
Yes. And then when we put the risk back on the table in January, all of a sudden we're going to be at 100, and by the end of the end of January, we're going to be at like 114,000. And then Bongo's going to be sitting there with his Grussy in his hands, and he's going to be like, "Wait a second, I thought I was in another 8 months of a bear market. I had time to sit around and figure out exactly what I wanted to buy at the perfect time, and it was all going to be great." Nope. We're gonna go straight through. OGs are gonna be like, ha, 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 ha. Like, I'll see you guys at 150 to unload a little bit more, and then I'll see you at 200. Look, man, I'm here for the hope. I'm here to inspire retirement, right? And you're here to be like, sorry guys, we're gonna go into the depths. Better hunker down and just keep posting on X.
I think you're directionally correct. We're on the same page. It's just a matter of like your
It's a
timing in
time
mind.
horizon.
Huh?
It's always a time horizon thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. I just think you're rushing things. Let it marinate. Let things like,
We've been
consolidate in the bottom.
marinating for a year and a half. Okay,
We touched a
we've
new
been
all-time
marinating.
high 3 months ago. Like 11 weeks ago, we were at 126.
Yeah,
And at the beginning,
we were there for like 3 minutes.
3 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know
Worst
about that.
stop ever. Worst stop ever.
Hmm.
And I'm just telling you what my guts are telling me.
Well, you do get kicked in the guts a lot, so I don't know how much I trust that. Right.
It's good guts.
So if you think we're going into a bear market, what happens to Ethereum?
I think we're probably in a bear market already. And I think Ethereum is just gonna suffer with the rest of the market following Bitcoin. By the way, we got a bunch of your YouTube fans on the comments asking questions.
Oh,
And
there's
one of
comments.
them, yeah, one of them is asking if you stream every day. Not yet, but he does it multiple times a week.
Yeah, the stream, North Trader, is more for me and Bongo to shoot the shit. This is by no means some sort of official, you know, high end production here, but we usually kind of try to cover what's going on in the crypto markets, go through some charts, predict a little bit. And it's actually been good because for this point, we've had like differing like opinions on where we're moving through time. So I think that's good. We're not just two Jameses or two Bears. You know,
At one point in time, we were both bulls and we were both crushing it and we were both correct. And then all of a sudden, things changed.
they did change. I've seen it with my own two eyes, and I'm much poorer. That's okay. That's okay. We're surviving, right? We're almost even thriving. I'd go as far to say as we're almost thriving. Now, almost is the key word. We still got a ways to go, but we're doing okay.
Yeah, we're doing okay. All right. What else?
Well, you've sent me some stuff. Hyperliquid. What do you think about Hyperliquid? What a chart.
What a chart. I would love to buy around $8. I would love to have that opportunity. Like I didn't took it when it was presented to me the first time, and maybe 24. It's the new $8, right? Maybe this is the chance to be buying. But I think there's a couple of things on Hyperliquid around the unlocks and the team selling, and also like the competition. Like Lighter is gonna have the TGE soon, and that's definitely affecting Hyperliquid. And there's also the conversation about, well, Hyperliquid, it's making a ton of money on fees, but those fees are basically that's Hyperliquid charging people. And if you're a token holder, you might be okay with that because at the end of the day, they're using the fees to buy the token. So there's a positive loop there. But if you are not a token holder, why would you trade perps on Hyperliquid when you can go to Lighter, which it's just they don't have the fees on, at least not right now. So I think that's an interesting conversation. I think Hyperliquid, regardless, has the brand, the name, and they are strong. So eventually they will bounce back. It's also, I wonder if Hyperliquid serve like an indicator that we have bottom, because usually good tokens with strong communities like Hyperliquid, they hold
Mm.
up for longer and they eventually capitulate when people have nothing else to sell, and then they sell off. And maybe we see something along those lines here. Maybe this is a sign that Hyperliquid capitulated down to 24, and maybe we're due a bounce here, and that includes hype. But yeah, what about you? What are your thoughts on it? You being a Hyperliquid bull, you still feel the same way? Do you consider Hyperliquid still one of the top spots to be
Oh yeah.
betting on?
Yeah, I still think it's like crypto's best product. I think it's only gotten better. The amount of new markets coming on that I trade a bunch of my stocks now on Hyperliquid, allegedly, right? Like it's just so cool that I could go fire off a Tesla position or a Google position or whatever. And if there's only going to be more, and they have gold on there now, I could trade gold. Like I'm going to be able to do everything I need to do on there. I think Jeff continues to make amazing decisions and execution. They don't deal with the bullshit. The what do you call it? The burn or the assistant fund is being, I think, voted on to burn like 13% of the supply, which is interesting. Am I shocked that it's gone down 60%? Yeah. Do I know there's more competition now and they have less of a stronghold? Like that was going to happen for sure. The question to me is less about that, more about like, is Hyperliquid still growing? Are people still using it? Is the liquidity still good? Are they still improving? And I think all that stuff is still great. Like they weren't going to just keep a hold of the fucking. They were just going to keep 70% of all like DEX volume or whatever.
Yeah.
And you got Aster, Lighter, and EdgeX and all that, and I'm sure people are farming those and doing their whole thing, so they're going to steal a lot of, a lot of use and all that. So I'm still very constructive. Do I love seeing it at $24? No. Do I think it's still going to go to $100? Yeah. So to me, still love it. And if you don't own any, again, hypothetically speaking here, it's like you avoided a lot of the pain if you're interested now, right? So
Right.
$8 though, like that just like I'm like struggling to see how that really makes sense unless we go into like the most painful bear market where people are just not doing anything. Uh, you know, I think there's going to be a lot of support down here for this. Given that people, it's not like Hyperliquid's hated now or something. People still love it in my eyes.
I agree with you. People don't hate it, and the one that so the main competition, the good thing about Hyperliquid is that everyone is competing against Hyperliquid. So first you had like Hyperliquid versus Appster, and then Appster kind of like fade away and nobody's talking about it. And now it's Hyperliquid versus Lighter. But after TGE, maybe Lighter will fade away, and once again, it's all about Hyperliquid until a new competitor show up. And then if you're a user and like a loyal user like yourself, you're getting rewarded too because they ended up doing airdrops for the people using Hyperliquid, right? Like that will come eventually.
Yeah, and I'm wondering when that's going to be because it feels looming. You know what I mean?
Right.
We've been talking about that a long time, and I'm wondering if it's like maybe a holidays thing or maybe because he's going to do it like randomly. I think
As he
it's just going to
should.
be like, yeah, which is another reason why I like it. You can't like if you don't know when things are happening, people can't like gamify it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so I'm hoping that's another little stimulus for a lot of people. I hear that the Aster airdrops have been pretty good. I guess a buddy of mine got another fat one there. He's been just farming it or whatever. So these things are doing well. All the dexes have been doing well.
Yeah. Zcash, huh? Are you back in the trade?
Not yet, not yet. You could probably feel it. It doesn't have the story as much anymore, which is why it might actually be time to buy. Like, or I'm saying like the story's there. The noise associated with it has quieted down a little bit. So yeah, I mean this is what are we off highs right now? Like 42% off highs. I think the risk reward there seems reasonable for believers. This was a pretty good spot down here at that big pullback down to 300.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, don't
The
hate it
chart
here.
looks good. That
Yeah.
chart looks good. Looks good. You can set 320 as your stop loss, if anything, and just, you
Mm-hmm.
know, buy here. The thing with Zcash is that when it gets loud, and it
Yeah.
has proof itself, and it's still like an important narrative that more people are realizing they want it in their life. I was reading a tweet a few days ago about how a person was buying with USDC, like they were renting a bike or something, and whoever was like providing the service, they were like, you can pay me in dollars, cash transfer, or like stablecoin, USDT or whatever. And through that, they made the payment, and then they got people asking like, how is it that you have so much money? Because you can check someone's wallet and you can see how much money they have.
Mm.
And that got me thinking, as we see more adoption for stablecoins, people will want more privacy. And it's the leading token when it comes to privacy, and it's just gonna keep growing. That category is not going anywhere. It's just gonna be more prevalent. And if we all have the options to have privacy, we're gonna use it. We're gonna pick it. The thing is that it doesn't have to be Zcash, right? It can be a solution built on top of Solana, Ethereum, or like a protocol or a product. Um, but narrative usually leads team, and they are the leader in that category. So I can see it bouncing back at any moment, regardless of like price action. And it has proved that regardless of where Bitcoin is going, it can pump, it can do well.
I think you're right. I think it's obvious leader, right? like now
Yeah.
for privacy. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed even Shamath talking about this shit. Like,
He was talking about privacy in general,
yeah,
but it's Zcash. Like
but it's
you hear
clear.
that and you're
Yeah,
like, "It's Zcash."
yeah. So I'm waiting. I'm basically waiting for him to like drop the ticker, basically, right? And that'll be the sign to actually get out. Like, I feel like he's just hinting at it for some future. Like, him and Sachs are talking, right? And he's out here talking
Yeah.
about privacy, and then Sachs is in the White House. I'm almost like, almost that alone makes me want to own it.
Yeah, I feel you. The thing is like, how long until we have it? The solution, it can be developed as a protocol, I'm guessing, and it can be something that Phantom rolls out. Like you now have privacy when doing transactions, and when that happens, who cares about Zcash? Why it matters, right?
Mhm.
It won't matter unless you're talking about like a store of value that it's also private, blah blah blah. But does people really care about that? I think people care more about having privacy when they are paying to their local coffee shop or like when they're paying for clothes
Mhm.
using stable coins more than anything.
Well,
So like
can't you just have hot wallets though? Like it'd be kind of standard to like, hey, you just keep $100 in a hot wallet.
yeah, I mean, you and I, we can have that sort of like hygiene, but the regular consumer will need more
I
than
just think
that.
they
I mean,
will. That like I think it'll sort itself out. You'll hear one story about
right?
that, and people will be like, "Oh God, like yeah, just have a wallet you use data." I don't know. It's like people have a savings account and a checking account. I feel like it's maybe that now it's more obvious, yeah, more obvious and more public. So uh, yeah. What do you think about Soul? Remember when Soul was our life? Well, and I guess never for you, but like for me and some other people, Soul was life.
I remember those days, good old days, and kudos to you. You capitulated that thesis early on. Like I think like by mid-year you were like, okay, I'm done with Solana. Um, I think it's a great network. I use it every day, and I like Solana obviously, but would I own the token for what? Like I'm looking for a 10x here. I rather own seat 7.
Hmm.
um, do I want a 2x? Well, I'll own Bitcoin. I'll buy Bitcoin.
Hmm.
So yeah, Sol should keep doing what they're doing, but I don't know why would I buy the token.
Yep.
What about you? What are
Uh,
your thoughts on it?
I think it's gonna go up and do well. I'm just trying to figure out like what will be what will be the driving force, Like, do I think it can make an all-time high and keep going? Yeah, but what'll be the thing? Because we just haven't really seen the breakthrough use cases. I mean, meme coins, sure, but like if meme coins are so hyper cyclical, that's not like a consistent reason to own Soul, right?
Yeah.
Or you just play the memes. So like, what's the consistent backbone to bidding Soul? And that's tough.
Well, last spawn was driven by a killer app, which was Pump Fund, which was meme coin, right? Like that was the
Mhm.
narrative for Solana going back to previous all-time highs in price terms, and in market cap because of their dilution. It hit new all-time highs. Jesus Christ, that looked awful, awful, awful,
That's bad,
awful.
huh?
It's pretty bad. It I wouldn't mind buying that here,
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't hate buying it, to be honest. Like, if you want to bet on memes having at all any chance anymore,
Yeah,
uh, not the worst.
not the worst.
That looks
And
like pure capitulation right there.
yeah, and all the fud with the lawsuit and all that shit, and Alon not being around after saying Q4 is gonna be
Mhm.
the um biggest time for like pump fun.
Well,
Kind of
that's
like
just, yeah, he was just believing in the cycle, right? He was just, yeah.
yeah, I mean it kind of makes me wanna buy it. But
Hmm. Don't hate it. Don't
yeah,
hate it. Maybe we'll go buy some after this. We'll see.
maybe not.
Maybe
Maybe not. I
not.
haven't. I don't think we have like make any good buys on the show. Like any buying decision that we
True.
make on the show, it's usually
It's not
it's usually bad.
not worked out too well. Yeah. Um, that's fair. Let's see. Coinbase did their big release recently about, I guess it was a lot of things. I got to look more into it, but it was not just like 24/7 stock trading. It was like some bank account stuff. Like it was like all sorts of,
All they have it all. They now do it all.
yeah, somebody put out a tweet that was funny. It was like Robinhood has become Coinbase and Coinbase is becoming Robinhood. They're basically like, the same thing. But
That's
this
funny.
this is an interesting chart here for Coinbase, you know. Again, like Coinbase is a company that's stayed up there. They make a lot of money. They're still, I think, well respected in general. I think they've made a lot of deals, handshake administration type of stuff. Like probably not one of the worst things to look at if you're looking in the equity space. I'm not going to buy it personally, but
Look at
trade it.
these are the releases from Coinbase. So prediction markets, stock tradings, equity pairs and futures, full debts integration, including millions of assets on Solana, borrowing again BTC and Ethereum, new payment and money transfer features, AI-powered Coinbase Advisor, Coinbase Business, and Coinbase token sales. It's a
And
lot.
I don't know if it mentioned it there, but they said something about, maybe it's the Coinbase token sales, where brands will be able to issue their own stable coin through Coinbase. So any
Mm.
brand that wants to, like, you know, Nike wants to issue the Nike stable coin for whatever, they could do it through Coinbase. So that's an insane list.
I
That's
know.
pretty wild.
Someone was making the point in the timeline because you were asking me about Solana, and someone was making the point why on ETH, Solana, or even Hyperliquid. Maybe Hyperliquid is a separate topic, but why ETH like on Solana and ETH when you can have Coinbase and Robinhood? If you think like crypto
Good
is gonna
question.
grow and do well,
Yep.
I mean it's more difficult to know how these networks are gonna play out and how they're gonna like drive value to the token itself. But for Coinbase and Robinhood, it's kind of like a clear path.
That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, if crypto goes through a large adoption cycle, those guys are positioned with all the stuff now, with all the perps, with all the retail goodies, to extract, like crazy. And then like Ethereum and stuff, the big argument is still like, even if we go through an adoption cycle and people are using it and blah blah blah, like how is that going to drive value down to the base layer when people are building a layer 2 stable or whatever above it? And maybe that doesn't matter, maybe the narrative takes over, it does well, but I think that's a great question. Why not just own Coinbase and Hood then? That probably absolutely destroyed during those times.
Oh, Robinhood is another great chart.
Yep.
And then you look at prediction markets or like any innovation coming out of like the crypto sphere, they can just copy it.
They can. Yeah. They can, and they have more users and they take more fees. This one's a scary one for your bear thesis here, is the total market cap. It's kind of still trying to retest this area here. And that one's scary because if that rolls over, I think to your point, for like, 8 months or whatever, we do something like this. Right.
Boy.
Yeah. And then maybe that's where you get into like whatever mid-year next year and you start to kind of go reclaim that or something. But that sucks. I don't want to see
Yeah.
that. So A lot of interesting charts. You got a lot of stuff that looks kind of constructive, and then you have some that are really scary looking. Yeah.
Is there anything else that looks good other than Zcash?
Crypto wise, hmm. I mean, not that I can think of.
Do you have HPL? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you have it right there. Look at that thing. the
That's
most
something that's got
hated
to go up, right?
the most hated chart in crypto. I sent you like a Telegram post that I read this morning in our group chat about HPL because it's just it. I mean, talk about a hated
Dude,
token.
I might buy this on Hyperliquid actually. Like, I just think, if it breaks any of this type of stuff, like it's gonna pop and it's gonna get some attention. But like, man, has that thing gotten wrecked? I heard that I think the thing you said the IPO was like 5 cents or something.
Yeah,
And it was at, what did it get to? It got to $1.70.
yeah.
Oh my. Oh my. That's something special right there.
It's the most hated token in all of crypto. Like if you have to pick a token that people hate right now, it's HPL. Mando had a tweet yesterday, I believe, asking what was your worst crypto trade this year. And for most people, it seems to be HPL.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, fell for
It's because
KOL's
Kobe,
coordinated.
you attach Kobe to something and it's hard for people to not believe in it.
And it was Kobe, Amsen, and many others. Many others.
Mhm.
Uh,
You had Kobe and the word tether, like stablecoin, tether, Kobe, like people just believe. That's why you gotta be careful with believing anything in this space, whether it's a narrative or a meta or a person. It's just like anything can always just get wrecked. We've learned that over and over again.
yeah. Don't trust anything other than maybe.
Man, you need to stop with that, okay?
Not until you buy.
No, I'm not gonna buy a meme. If I'm gonna buy a meme, it's gonna be pump because that thing is probably worth just as much as the 6-7 coin.
Oh, that's fair. That is fair. I heard. Oh, gold. Dude, that thing is hitting 5K before Ethereum. That's for sure by now.
That looks strong, huh?
Yeah.
That looks strong. What a chart. The Peter Schiff chart. The Peter Schiff chart. I don't know, man. Like this looks good to me too. I think equities look ready to rip.
These are like
So
the mid cap
this is
stocks.
small cap Russell. Like again, this is like the alts, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks ready to rip to me. If we get into the new year and we don't punish anything and there's no weird moves, I just think risk sends, and I think it's off to the races. This is kind of crazy, huh? Like Russell and Ethereum, we've had this recent divergence, but other than that, isn't that pretty wild?
It is, yeah.
Correlation.
It is. It actually is.
It's the Tom Lee bid down here. Tom Lee believes.
I actually think Tom Lee and Bitmat, they're gonna survive the bear market just like a strategy. I think they'll stick around, but I think everything else will just fucking disappear. We were looking at Naka getting delisted from the Nasdaq if they don't rally
Yeah,
above.
I heard that they could solve that pretty easily with some like it was literally because of a price. But I think I saw somebody say you could just do the reverse stock split, and that way you can make it like $3.70 instead of 37 cents, and they could avoid the technicality I don't know, but I was like, oh yeah, maybe we're just like not in the know.
Maybe we're getting
That
farmed.
yeah, I think it could be just kind of getting farmed.
Yeah, it happens.
So yeah, I mean, we'll see here. Tom Lee is he was everybody's favorite until just like anybody, he got in the mix, started spending a lot, and kind of marked the top for for Ethereum for a long time. And we'll see. Maybe he
He
goes full
also pumped it.
sailor.
He's the one responsible for the pump that Ethereum had. Ethereum was never gonna catch that fucking pump, and it did
Mhm.
because of Tom Lee. And a lot of people had opportunity to sell and play it right. So I think most people still like him. I don't think people hate
Yeah,
him,
we
and
like him.
he's still kind of like out there.
He's a punching bag now. He's a punching bag.
Yeah, kind of.
Also, yeah, some of these like sell the news type of things seem so obvious. And like when you saw like all of these people just piling into ETH, like these treasury companies just piling in so hard, was the top. When you saw the Solana ETFs getting billions, that was the sell. You know, when you saw all of these Bitcoin treasury companies trading at crazy MNAVs and getting listed all over the place every day, David Bailey out there, like that was the sell. It's not, isn't it so funny in hindsight how this works?
Yeah,
It seems so obvious at this point, but
yeah. Now, now it looks obvious.
that's what I mean. Yeah, it's tough. And I just put out a video today on YouTube actually before I hopped on here called the title is where is it? The title is trading always feels dangerous. Get used to it. And if you think of what the opposite of that means is like when you hear people buying billions worth of ETH and all of a sudden the financial institutions are finally getting on board, they're finally buying it and it feels cozy to actually buy Ethereum at 4700 because finally it's in the system, it finally has the narrative back, all this. It felt easy. And then of course that was the worst time to buy, right? And
Yeah,
now it feels very disgusting to go ahead and buy Ethereum or Bitminer right now. It just feels hard to do. And maybe we make a bullish move here. And in 6 months, you're like, wow, in hindsight, that was such a good spot. I mean, they were down so much. Everybody hated them. Nobody wanted treasury companies. Tom Lee was the butt end of the joke. Like the narrative was falling apart. Why do they deserve the MNAVs? All the things. And that feels gross and very tough to buy. So it's like trading, the point is like, if you're a good trader, trading should always feel dangerous and hard and uneasy and gross if you're finding good spots. It should never get easier.
right, right. Yeah, for the most part, I agree.
Yeah, I
I
mean, again, there's of course anomalies everywhere, but I'm just talking broadly here, painting broad strokes. Um, it's hard to be bullish in Bitcoin right now. It's really hard. That could just be right. Could mean we're in a bear market. You could be feeling it properly. Or we could look back in 3 months and be like, man, wow, what a great time to, wow, we got 35% pullback, all the stuff that like, all the like macro thesis and administration and rate cuts and all that stuff. Like it did matter. I should have been buying at a 35% drawdown. The 4 year cycle isn't the like, it isn't a thing. We have transferred that we did have the IPO moment. Like that could all be the case too. So we'll see. We'll see.
we'll see. We'll see. Do you have any other chart, or should I show you some stuff?
Show me some stuff and then I gotta go do other things.
You gotta go, cause I got a few bookmarks that we can talk about, or we can do this counterparty awards for 2025.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, so here we are gonna pick. It's just like 14 categories. Trader of the year. Many of them we don't know them, but we can write our own trader of the year. And then we have the trade of the year, MVP of crypto Twitter, founder of the year, coin of the year, worst coin of the year, biggest fumble of the year, best poster, prediction market trader of the year. We can skip that one. We don't know
Yeah.
any. Crypto product of the year, tweet of the year, and then worst tweet of the year. Those are fun. BC of the year, best meta. Okay, so starting with trader of the year, I pick Mando because like that's one of the few traders that I have seen over the year trading, and he did a pretty good job with Ethereum. He matched long Ethereum at the bottom when the DATs were like starting to pop up, and he ride it all the way up to new all-time highs, and then rotated from Ethereum to, I believe, what was it? BNB, which also hit new all-time highs, and then he rotated that into Zcash, and he pretty much called it a day. Then he tried longing Bitcoin and didn't work out, but after that he was just like, yeah, done for the year, let's say. And I got to see all that, and I feel it was impressive.
I don't know. I don't really follow traders too much, so I'd have to skip this one. I do
On
I do
your
think
own
Flood.
circle, you don't have any like
There's
someone
been
that you
some
can.
smaller guys that have have seen the markets pretty well, but like they're not public at all. They're trading a lot of perps in and out, whatever. So I would say Flood publicly has been impressive to me because I think one of the hardest things to do um, was to unload Hyperliquid near highs. Just when it was breaking out, he unloaded his big position. He was fighting for his bags, and he got out. He got out of the thing he was known for. His identity is wrapped up in Hyperliquid, and he somehow still sold the top. That's for a younger guy too, like that Duncan kid. Like that's really impressive to me. So I don't really know the rest of the people. I don't really pay attention to like that. So I'll go with Flood.
I like it. I like it. That's a good one. Now, trade of the year. Um, Again, you and I, we don't know all of these people, but we can look at the trades and come up with something. I think Bongai with useless is a good one, but I don't think he never sold. So it like
Yeah.
he never the trade didn't came to fruition. And I think what Mer did with Zcash was impressive. I think this is kind of like an easy one for me. You can say Kobe with Ika, but that wasn't like they sold their company, so that wasn't a trade. Um, so Merck Zcash, I think that's an easy one. He pretty much lead the whole narrative, bought the pico bottom, and he's still fucking riding that thing.
Yeah, yes, I probably would say Mert too, but also he's been like a long time believer in just holding a big bag. I don't think it was like a trade or
Right.
whatever, or like it would have been. I think it would have been. I don't know, but I do think the Echo one's interesting because I tried to buy Echo, didn't get in the round because it was filled up too fast, and I think whoever did that and got in. Um, or the plasma trade you're talking about, right? Oh, or are you saying he sold Echo to Coinbase? That's what you mean. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was thinking about the XP, like the plasma pre-sale. Um, yeah,
The
the
plasma
selling to
pre-sale was
Coinbase
amazing.
for 450 million is pretty fucking, and the NFT one, that's a pretty good one too. That's like a cherry on top of like that,
Yeah.
and it's gonna make everybody happy to see them doing a podcast. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah. If you call that a trade, that's the trade of the year for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know if it was an intentional trade, right? But it kind of worked out. It was like he was in a position for a long time and he offloaded it to the most institutional bag ever. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. That worked out pretty well. Is there any other trade that you have seen on the timeline that you think can qualify as trade of the year? Does anything come to mind? Maybe you
Um,
buying Bitcoin shrooms.
No.
Whoever sold
There's a
those to
lot of
you.
bad trades. I mean, there's a lot of bad trades. I would say I'll give credit to Ansem for being a Solana-based guy who's again wrapped up in a lot of people following him for dumping Sol at like 275 or whatever it was.
Right,
Since then, he's been a little put in the blender a little bit, but that was pretty impressive.
right. Yeah. Moving on to the next.
Anybody who low key that we don't know, which there were a bunch, full ported Trump and got out up in the like 60, 70, 80 billion and made like 8, 9 figures. There were a bunch of those, like
Yeah.
impressive there.
I still feel pain because I remember that day. I
Mhm.
remember seeing the train, and I remember doing nothing like a little bitch.
Yeah. We all got caught up in the billions numbers. Like it can't possibly keep going past like 4 billion, can it? Oh,
Yeah,
now
it's
it's
so
8 billion?
stupid.
No way. Like, oh wait, yeah, it's crazy.
So stupid. MVP of crypto Twitter. My pick is Thread Guy. I think he has crushed it with Counterparty and all the media he has done. The clips they get stupid amount of like views, and overall has been a great year for him. Do you have an MVP from crypto Twitter?
Yeah, but he's not on here.
And we can
And
write it.
I'm actually shocked. Choose Rich Nick.
Yes, Nick O'Neill.
How is he not the guy who just like how did he not get it? Or even I think the dancing guy, I can't remember
Clemente.
his name. Like Clement, like how are these guys not going to get at least honorable mentions? Like these guys were,
I
you know,
agree. I agree. I
Red
agree.
guy like putting himself in there is like a little gross to me, but whatever.
You gotta think like in this list they have their circles and their people close to them and the people that they really follow, and those make it to the list. But I agree with you that Nick O'Neill deserves to be the MVP of crypto Twitter for sure because he transcended crypto Twitter. He's like
Yeah, and how is
he's
he not even on the
the
list?
moon.
What does that?
Yeah, yeah, I agree with
I don't
you.
even know who Jez is. Who's Jez? Who's that?
This is it's a fucking crypto Twitter guy. Those are probably all good accounts, good people. But crypto, Nick O'Neill, choose Rich. He's the MVP of crypto Twitter for sure. I'm with you.
Mert,
Founder of
shout
the
out to
year.
Mert real quick. Like Mert is like a technically good answer because that guy is like he's not that interesting to me. He's just too smart. He's too deep in the game, but like he's somehow created like massive mind share by
Yeah,
just like yelling at his screen through the keyboard. So good for him.
yeah, yeah. Founder of the year. Uh,
Oh, wait, isn't Jeff like for last year maybe?
why?
Wasn't Hyperliquid's big kind of breakout, big airdrop, like all that stuff? Wasn't that 2024?
Um, Probably, but
It was
still,
because
like,
the year after the airdrop was in November. So I almost feel like
yeah. I mean, I'm seeing KuCoin had the chart starting December 2024.
yeah. I don't know what like whatever. We'll say that's fine. I still think Hyperliquid is doing a great job, but you're right. Shane, it's not even close. It's gotta be Shane.
Yeah. I I saw Luca Ness on the list and I thought to myself, for the first time since he took over Poggy Penguins, they skipped Christmas and winter. Remember how
Oh
all the
yeah.
talk about Q4 being their time, like winter mode Pengus? Nothing.
That's
Nothing.
true. That's a good point. I mean, they have the partnership with the NHL was pretty big. But they've been a little quiet. And I
A
don't know
little
if that's
shy.
just like I don't know if price is kind of dictating that. If they're like, hey,
Right.
why bother using all of our cards if memes are just getting punished right now? Let's save it.
Yeah. That makes sense. Coin of the year. I don't know why fucking Chillhouse is here. I
They
think
probably
that's
paid
stupid.
for that. They probably paid him for that. This shit has some people that definitely paid for entries.
Uh, I don't think so. But What's your coin of the year? Mine is Tether. I think Tether crushed it. Tether used to be one of the most voted company in the crypto space, and now they're just a massive company that generates a ton of revenue, and they're just like the biggest thing in crypto.
But yeah, but they've been around forever doing great things forever. Like
I
they could
know.
win it every year. Like give it to Zcash, bro. Come on. Or Trump's a good one. Trump is a good one. I'm gonna go with Trump because it like yo, the homie just came in during a gala and drops the Trump coin and it runs to almost 100 billion. And shout out to Melania coin too, because it's it's one of my favorite pictures. Like when I think of crypto and I think in my head, I think of that the Melania, like the black and white picture that's just like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the coin's image, the
Yeah,
PFP of the Melania coin. And I just
yeah.
think of how much of like a slap in the face to everybody that it was the dagger, you know? So I'm gonna go with Trump, even though Zcash is probably like maybe the obvious one.
I gotta say, I'm surprised. Zcash is like the most recent one because it's
Yeah.
the last one that ran during the
It
year.
went from $28 to 700 though. I mean, that's crazy for like a coin that's been around for a long time. That's
Boy,
pretty wild.
yeah,
But
that's
Trump,
incredible.
man, Trump made it. Trump went global. Like it's crazy.
It was the biggest team. It was the biggest fucking top signal, and we
Oh yeah,
all ignored the
hindsight.
signs. We all
Hindsight.
ignored the signs.
I think we do a good job of ignoring the signs. It's hilarious.
Worst coin of the year. I had to write my own here.
Mm.
For me, it was runes, of course. Have to go with it.
Oh.
But there's a lot of bad coins. A lot of bad coins. Do you remember Yale Stool?
Yeah. Oh
What a
man.
throwback.
No, I'll go Melania. This is perfect. I'll go
Yeah,
Trump best, Melania worst. That's the perfect
that makes sense.
duo.
But look,
It killed.
Libra,
It was the killer.
so many bad coins this year. Base for everyone, Libra, Jelly Jelly, HPL,
Yeah,
GC,
yeah. Easy
the
was
League Up.
pretty funny, pretty bad.
Yeah, Melania. Okay, that does it. Biggest fumble of 2025.
Biggest fumble.
For me, it's Pomfon. I think they had so much momentum, so many things going for them, and look at us now. Like it's down bad, capitulation. Nobody's using it. The streaming it's dead. Nothing came out of it. It's just like a complete fumble.
I think that's right. Bonk is up there with me. Like, I feel like Bonks is just like they do a lot of stuff, and I feel like it doesn't matter. Like they
Well,
spend the money and the effort in like the wrong places almost. Like, oh, let's put up a giant inflatable thing in the middle of like some random Asian city and say like, I don't know. I don't get it. Pump Fund seems to get it more.
yeah, the reason I picked Pomfon over Bunk, it's because I felt like towards the end, Bunk was just chasing Pomfon. And
Hmm.
Pomfon was kind of like the main narrative, main player, main app during the cycle. And to see them go down this year the way they are going down, it's just disappointing. They're not even trying right now. Best poster. I went with Rasmer because I couldn't think of like a better answer, and I seen Rasmer over the year, and I feel like everyone fell in love with Rasmer. Like Rasmer went from like being hated and not respected by people to becoming a meme, to becoming someone like people can talk about. He has good takes from time to time, and it's an unstoppable force. He's out there grinding away every day. You have any poster? Can be out of like,
I'll give it to the Clemente guy again, just because I
yes.
feel like and shout out to Bold Leonidas too. I think he's a sleeper. I think he is one of my favorites still. Like he shows up every day and creates a cartoon about the feel. Grabs the zeitgeist from the day, from the timeline, and puts it into art. I think that's really cool. But Clemente is doing that with video, and that's impressive. Like, and he's willing to step out there, put himself on the line to look crazy and all that. And it feels a little cringe, but once you get used to it, you kind of like it. You know.
I think it's a great pick. I think Clemente is a great pick. We can skip prediction market trader of the year. I put Easy It's Bodega because he's the only one I listen that does prediction markets. You don't have anyone here, right?
No, I know nobody. Yeah.
All right. Crypto product of the year. Um, I got FOMO because I've been using FOMO for the last couple of months, and I think it's one of the best experiences I ever had with a crypto product. And I think they're gonna have a huge 2026, and they are a great fit for all the issues you might have if you're new to crypto. You just deposit money into your FOMO account. Doesn't matter the chain. You just buy tokens. You just buy coins. It's pretty good. I know Polymarket and Hyperliquid are up there. Maybe deserve to win, but for me, it's FOMO.
Hmm. I'll go with Polymarket. I think
Yeah.
it's a great product market fit, even though I think it's all the same shit. I think it's just a speculation wrapped in a different form. I'm surprised, I guess, that it took us so long to have prediction markets now that I think about it. So I think it's a great product. Yeah.
This is one of my favorite ones. Tweet of the year. Tweet of the
Ooh.
year. Donald Trump announcing his meme coin Beeple top 75 list. I don't remember that. CC Chilling Oster. Bolat's pre-sale. I don't know what that is.
Oh,
This is a great time to buy Donald Trump at the peak of bottom and Ansen with God says we're top. I went with the God. I think that's iconic. I think that meant a lot to the space. Maybe because it was one of the most recent ones, but I went with the God.
oh man. This is, I'll be honest. Like, thank you for Thread Guy for doing this because it does make you kind of go back through and just like think about all the stuff, you know? Uh, a little silver lining. Gut says we're topped is like so good, but I can't get out of my head the feeling that was going around all of CT during the Trump meme coin announcement.
All right.
Like, we didn't know if it was real. We've seen so many fake things. There's been so many rugs, and like everybody was just put in a fucking blender for days. Uh, so I'm gonna go with the Trump meme coin announcement to stay on brand. Great time to buy was kind of cool too, but that was just like actually a legit tweet that you could have made millions of dollars on if you just went into like if you went and bought like 0 day options or whatever on the Nasdaq, you could have gotten rich. It's pretty crazy.
100%. Um, there's probably more good tweets, and I hope to see like more
Yeah.
like options on the timeline as this pick up. Worst tweet of the year. To me, the funniest one, it's basis for pimping. I think that's pretty funny. But I think the worst tweet of the year is fuck it you mode. Just because of the result of like pump fun where it is right now. Like if you drop a line like that one, you have to back it up.
That's that's good. I mean that one's so crypto. So because you can't say that anywhere else but crypto. You know what I mean? As a
Yeah.
founder, um, there was also the I don't know if it was in 2025. It might have been a year ago, but it was the Jupiter guy, Meow, using the N word.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that? That was
Yeah, yeah.
bad. Like
Yeah.
that was like, yo, like what? Uh I do also like the Q4 is bullish by Eric Trump just because like it's so hilarious. Um, but fucking Drew mode has to be perfect. That's got to be the winner.
Fuck it you mode. By the way, tweet of the year, there's probably one or two by Choose Rich that should be here in the list. That there's
Oh,
probably
the I'm a crypto millionaire one, the first one, that's pretty good.
one of them has to be here. At least one of
Yeah.
them should be on this list for like tweet of the year. BC of the year, like I don't really know. I think Alliance DAO invested in Pump and Axion. And I don't know. Do you have a BC of the year?
Um, Probably multi-coin. That's Kyle Samani, right? Like they probably made a fuck ton of money with this whole like taking Solana to the ETFs and all that. I don't know. This is one that's off for me. So, and I'll never vote Hasib for anything. I hate that guy. Think he's a I think he's a complete scammer joke that happens to be one of the most smart people in the world, so he gets away with it. But yeah, fuck him.
All right. Best meta, and this is the last one. The best meta of 2025 BNB season. Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. We have privacy with Zcash. We have perp debts with After, Hyperliquid, Lighter. We have launchpads. That's the most disgusting meta of the year. ICM, Internet Capital Markets, and fuck 2025. Or maybe something new. Maybe it was ordinals and runes.
I think Launchpads is pretty strong. The Perp Dex battles were pretty good too, though. Perp Dex wars. Um, That's a tough one. I'll go Perp Dex wars just because I have a little more of attachment to like Perp Dexes and stuff. But that's a tough one. That could be that's a coin toss.
Yeah.
2025 is pretty good though.
Yeah, fuck 2025 is my pick. Just fuck this year.
It's a great
And
way to end it too. It's like the last option of the last question. Just
yeah, yeah, just fuck 2025. Uh, Launchpad was the most loud one and the one that lasted the longest during 2025. And privacy is a brand new. I think the BNB season was kind of funny, just like the memes and everything that went down around that. But yeah, perps this or like fuck 2025. That does it. All right. I think by Monday there's gonna be a new list with like 24 categories instead of like 14. So maybe we can revisit this and check the new stuff in there. But I think we did a good job there. That was fun.
well, right on cue. We ended the stream $1,200 lower than we started. So I guess it could be worse.
Not that bad.
Let's
Not
hope for
that
a day
bad.
where we can actually close green, so that we don't have a Friday sell-off. You know, that'd be nice.
That will be nice. Maybe one day.
One day.
One
All
day.
right.
Well, thank you everyone that came by and watched. Hope you guys had fun, and we'll see you guys on Monday. See ya.
Yeah, I'm a maybe. I'm gonna have to look at the schedule just because like the schools stop. So I'll let you know.
Yes, sir. Okay. Merry
All
Christmas
right.
if we don't see each other
You
again.
too. All right. See ya.